Hello and welcome to the Non-Fungible Creator Show. This is your host, Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible Today and Non-Fungible Tomorrow. Today we are very, very happy to have Devya, a 10 years old NFT artist with her mother Sam on our show today. So how are you, Devya and Sam?
Devya, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very nice to meet you.
So from Crossing Lines on Disney.
Indeed. You look like a princess from Disney. I see you have a wings behind you. Can you tell us more about you?
Can you tell the wings? Show the wings.
The wings look pretty.
The wings.
Yeah. Really cool.
David, do you want to tell about yourself?
Look at the wings.
So can you tell us about your story, Devya, or maybe tell us about the rings?
Hi, my name is Devya. I am 10 years old. I love drawing and making slime. Today I drew art. My favorite is Crystal Ernesto from Crossing Lines collection. Here is my logo. Thank you.
Thank you, Devya. That's really great. I'd like to see your crystals. So, Sam, thank you for being here as well. And thank you so much for being here with Devya together. And her story is indeed very impressive.
Yeah, hi, Tim. Thank you for having us. This has been wonderful. And yeah, it's our first show. But we just started off. Devya loves coloring. And she's been coloring all her life since she was 2 years old. She was diagnosed with autism when she was 2. And before even she could speak, she would color. And that gave us hope because she would color on the walls. She wrote her first alphabets and numbers on the walls. So to see that it was filling, and from then on we transitioned, come a long way. And like any proud parent, we like to share our daughter's artwork, and we also wish to raise autism awareness through her artwork. And NFT has been a wonderful platform for that. So quite excited about the future.
Yeah. So now we have the website on the screen. And when I first came across you guys, I saw that you hosted a winter party in Crypto Voxel. And I went to your website, I read it. It's very inspiring. And I really like how you are using NFTs and also how you're using this platform as a way to raise awareness for autism as well. So out of curiosity, how did you and Devya come across Web 3.0 and NFTs?
You can
I think it was in the news everywhere back in March that time, and my husband quite followed. He did hear about NFTs in 2019, but it was not so much about art then. And then I think early 2021, when all the news came in, we found that it might be a good place to preserve Devya's artwork. We had created social media account like Instagram to preserve it, but when we heard about blockchain and how permanent that is, we thought that this might be a good place to store her artwork forever. So that was the intention when we started, and that's how we sort of found out. And I think we created the NFTs, but did not create an Twitter account for about 2 months. And then in June, we just came across something called NFT Children's Day. And that was the same time around that we were trying to make an account. So it worked well, everything gelled down. And then we started marketing her artwork. But for good 2 months, we were good just putting her artwork in there and not think much about it. Yeah.
So talking about her artwork, so I have her collection here. Can you tell us more about her inspiration and how did she started drawing and what is her artwork about? And I know she also minted a book as an NFT. So can you share us more about on this aspect?
Yes. So her Genesis OpenSea is called characters, and what you see are essentially the characters that Devya created. Some of the characters are emojis, and some of them are fruits, and most of them are girls. And she treats these characters like her friends itself. And because in real life she does not have any, so these are her friends, the characters that she created, and she holds them close. If she would draw them, and then she will hold that piece of paper and then roam around. Devya, from what I know, is mostly inspired by everyday things that happen in her life, and then she adds the 10-year-old vivid imagination and colors to it and brings it to life, and gives them a story as well. So that's her inspiration. Like everyday life is her inspiration. She draws it for herself. Art is an outlet, and she's able to express herself through her artwork. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to jump in and add on to that is that because you guys are in NFTs and because you are willing to share your daughter's art with so many people, in real life, she has a lot of friends. I mean, I would love to be a friend of Devya. You know, I would love to, look at her art and try to understand, how she sees the world. And I think what you are doing and what she is doing is very meaningful. And that's why I'm very inspired and really want to share your story out, so more people could know about it and more people could know about Devya's art. And I mean, she has exhibited her art in different countries already, right? She was exhibiting her art in the metaverse, in different countries, in maybe Beijing and in a few in the UK Glasgow as well. So it's very impressive, and I think you as a mother and the father behind the scene, you guys are like the superheroes, and this is so impressive. I mean, this is inspiring. I wouldn't say impressive, but it's so inspiring. But rest assured, she has a lot of friends in real life thanks to the effort that you guys have, and you guys also have a lot of friends in real life thanks to the effort that you put into in creating this whole NFT collection, so more people can know about the goodness that NFTs can do. So moving back to that, I actually went to your blog. I found out that you did post a few blog stories, and 2021 wasn't necessarily easy because they were and the family kind of got diagnosed with COVID, and also and this is a story. This is a story that really struck a chord with me, and that is, you saw that one day she was drawing, and through her painting she was expressing that, oh, because of the lockdowns and because you cannot go out due to COVID, she felt trapped, and therefore she wants to find a way to express herself. And so I was just wondering if this is the start of the whole journey, and could it be?
Yes, it was actually, yes. So we were, as you mentioned, we were in lockdown, the COVID lockdown, the first wave, and we were in India. So it was a very strict lockdown, meaning you just could not even get out, even for a walk, actually, was discouraged at that given point in time. And Devya had her grandparents, so we would need to be extra careful because of that. So we were inside the house, and then Devya took to drawing, and she drew this, and it brought tears to my eyes, because you don't want your child, you want your child to be happy all the time. So this was the first time that we saw her expressing herself, and we thanks to NFT, and when we talked to artists, they asked us not to worry too much about understanding what Devya's art is, and to just enjoy it the way it is. But back then, I did not know this, and I really wanted to understand what she felt. She said, "This is a girl stuck in bedroom. She has all the ice creams, she has all the toys, she has all the things that she needs, but she feels stuck inside the house." And her art also drastically improved in a way, because she was just drawing. There's no school, that everything was shut down. All of these things coupled, and we said, okay, let's create a social media account and build a community for her, a community who can understand her, understand through her art. Maybe they can understand the art and help me understand her better. And also, we just wanted to share her art because we felt it was really nice. It was something special. And that's how we started with Instagram in October 2020. And then come 2021, we found about NFTs. And we were like, Instagram reduces the image quality. And it's not a forever option, but NFTs are. So it's on the blockchain and it's forever. So we thought this is a better preservation, for her artwork. So that's why we got into the NFTs. And when we got in, we found this nice community, which was, and then it sort of encouraged us to be in it. And back to your question about the COVID thing. So back 2021 again, we had a second lockdown. And during the second lockdown, the unthinkable we lost a dear cousin. And within 2 days, my parents and Devya were diagnosed with COVID. It was extremely stressful because just like the wave that we are right now in, we were not able to find the essentials, like even a thermometer, because you have to quarantine and you cannot, everybody was quarantining in 3 different rooms, and to get the essentials was hard. And we were grieving a family member as well at that point in time. So it was kind of difficult, but we made through it. Luckily, I would say that I think family being together with parents and you having that family support somehow pulled us through it without having any major like hospitalization kind of a thing. Devya was and she drew all through. She would draw every day, and at that point we joined her in an art class with her cousins. So it was an online art class, so she would draw with her cousins. So I think the family bond came in there as well. And I think very shortly after, like less than a month, we did all the NFTs, because then you want to preserve it. You feel I remember going for the COVID testing center, and then suddenly it struck me that if I test positive, I cannot hug my kids anymore, and I don't know when will be the last time. And it came negative, and the minute it came negative, I just went and hugged my kids, because suddenly you want, and I think that's why we progressed, because immediately within few weeks, I think we started NFTs. We wanted to preserve her artwork. We wanted to, when something like that happens, you think differently,
Definitely, it's a life-changing event, and as always, I really hope people in this space understand that health and time is the most important asset you can have. And that comes naturally. I mean, at first, right? So you have to preserve that. And I was reading through your story, and from what I'm hearing right now, is the first time I hear your story. I'm grateful that you guys persevered. And in 2020, now we are in 2022, and here's to a new year, to new beginnings, to a new start, I would say. And hopefully the lockdowns and COVID would soon go. We've been stuck here locally as well. We just start to have some outbreak, and I know how it feels, even though and when I was reading your article, I really am inspired by how she views the world, because there was this article where you were talking about she has to get some blood tests in order to test whether she has infections or not, and then she refers to the process as slurping blood, right? So
yes.
it is a very genuine way of seeing this thing. I mean, she has COVID, right? I mean, at that time, and then she still has to see this. She still sees this positively.
Yes. I'm glad that you brought that up. Yes, we had a lot of blood, artworks after that. So Devya, being minimally verbal, she creates her own language, words, and we have to get tested because she's positive. We wanted to know whether her platelets were good, her infection levels, and all.
Yeah.
And she has a lot of anxiety. So when they would come for the blood test, she would just say slurp my blood over and over again. But somehow we got through it, luckily. And now that you mention it, I think the book that she wrote was also during the same COVID time. She wrote it in April 2021. That's when she got it. But yes, she uses a lot of language. She creates her own language. She creates her own words. She coined the word called armit, which means full sleeves. So Devya has a sensory need of wearing full sleeves all the time. So, and instead of saying full sleeve, she would say armit, and that's a word that she created herself. And a lot of other words that she creates herself, like bereate them, and we don't know what it means. We tried. But it's fun. I mean, that's I think that's why you need the awareness. That's where you need the awareness. That sometimes they say things which don't seem meaningful to you, but it holds some meaning. It's just that you don't understand that. So yeah.
It could be like I love you or something like that for being there. Huh? Who knows?
Yes. I have a note from the school saying that, hey, do you know what bereate is? And I said, no, I don't know. I'm trying to find it out, because we had a lot of, she would keep writing it over and over. So the school teacher, she tried, and her friends tried. I think one day we will eventually know, like we figured out that armit was full sleeves. So, but till then, it is what it is. And you just need to enjoy the journey. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like crypto, right? When you talk about crypto, Dogecoin or Wagami and stuff like that, NFTs, GM, because people are like, what are you talking about? It's the same thing, but it means so much in that community. It means so much to her. It means so much to you and the family.
I love how you connected both of them together. That's brilliant. Yeah,
absolutely. So I know that, like, I'm very thankful that you are on the show with her, and I'm really happy that this could be a platform. It is a video, so as you said, as long as YouTube do not delete it or shut down, this is gonna be here forever, right? So I'm really happy to have this platform where you can share your story and to share Devya's art with everyone together. And I do know that there are other things that you want to talk about. But before going to that, I do have a question. Like, for other parents with children who are very creative like Devya, but they are diagnosed with autism, do you have any suggestions to them on how they could embrace NFTs, or how to, like, what suggestions would you give to them?
Yes. I would just say jump in. Don't think much, and then just get in and learn. So the community is really good. And I think the day that we created her Instagram account called Amazing Devya, we also created an Instagram account called Autism Artists. So the Autism Artists, because we wanted to bring in all the, at this point we were not in NFTs, but now that we are in NFTs, and I just highly want to encourage, because a lot of the people on the spectrum are have artistic abilities. They think differently, and that's what you require from an artist. And so I highly encourage them, but at the same time, just like anybody who is coming to NFTs, that not get discouraged, and perseveres and do it for the art, and not for the financial aspect of it, at least initially, because I think that is where the whole you don't sustain. So, but when you find the fun in the art, like Devya does, because Devya, for her, art is quite meaningful for herself, so she's doing it for herself, and there's no pressure per se, which is coming. So I think for all the parents, I would say, yes, please get in, and there is a lot of help. You can contact me directly. You can contact anybody in the NFT field. As of now, from what I've learned, 100% of the NFT community is supportive, and if they cannot help, they usually redirect to somebody who can help. There are also other autism organizations in the NFT community who are trying to uplift, just like we are. And so, that information is also, we are trying to populate it in the Autism Artist Twitter link as well as the Instagram link, so that any parent who wants to onboard, they will not have to learn from scratch, and we'll be there to help them to onboard and create a wallet and that sort of things, And there are also a lot of Discord channels with kids, if it's parents of the kids or the adults on spectrum. Yes, I would just say don't hesitate, get in, because if you want to learn and get in, it is hard, as you said. You have to learn a lot of terminologies. So I would just say, just get in and see if it works for you. Not everything works, but it is a helpful community, and I think that's the way to go. I would definitely encourage all the parents to have a look, and there are people to help here. So yeah.
Yeah, and Sam, you being here is the perfect example of how helpful and how nice this community is, because you're sharing your experience. You don't mind sharing the story to other people so that they can also learn and they can also benefit from this technology. And when we talk about NFTs, in the past, when we have Web 2.0, you could upload the photos on Instagram, but that's pretty much it. There's nothing to do with the photos and stuff like that. It's a storage of the photos. But with NFTs, people can actually buy these NFTs. And then from what I've heard is that once you make a sale from these NFTs, it will go back to Devya's education. It will go back to her treatment. And think about it, in the future, when there's secondary sales, when she becomes, when she does different type of art, when she exhibits in different places, these royalties will come in, and that it could continue to help support her and also support the family.
Yes, that's I'm glad. And I just want to circle back initially. You thanked me, and I think it's a teamwork. I'm able to share my story because you're here as well, trying to uplift other people. So thank you for that. And yes, Devya's artworks, it is kind of a lot of helpful, and all of her. She's earning for her therapies. So when she got diagnosed, we went to a library to find more information about autism. And she's been in therapy for 8 years. She's only 10 years. Out of that 8 years of her life, she's been in 40-hour-a-week therapy. I found a book called 238 Therapies Which Help Autism. None of them just cure, help. And the therapies are, few of them are validated, few of them are not validated, but they come at a cost. And I think for any parent, they have to choose which therapy they need to go to. They have to prioritize that. And it's amazing that because of NFTs, she's able to earn, she's able to get the therapies that she need as she's growing. Something like RPM, which is, again, a lot of therapies which will help her talk. She's minimally verbal, but they facilitate, or a device, communication device, and such things like that. So yes, I would say NFTs are definitely helping us reach that goal. At the same time, there is art therapy and music therapy. So to have them with the therapies that she's already going through, again, it's just a game of you choosing what you need. But right now with NFTs, we are able to provide these more therapies and programs for her that she requires. She's able to get it for herself. So, and that's wonderful, right? Because before we started the NFT journey, 2021, as we mentioned, COVID hit, and we were in WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups, which were like, what after us? Estate planning after we leave, because you're not sure whether we would stay for how long. So we had to do this planning. We had to plan it right away on how things would be for Devya without us. And to come from there to NFTs, wherein she's able to secure her own future, that just means I'm able to sleep a little better at nights every day. And that's huge, right? That is huge, that she's able to, there is a future, there are a lot of doors. She doesn't have to be an artist, but then NFTs is providing a platform on many different levels for artists with communication deficits, or to live on their own, in essentially, I would say, to have a future. So that it's been huge. It's been super huge. Yeah.
You're making me tear up. But I'm glad everyone is healthy, and I'm glad that you guys pull over, like you guys recovered from COVID, and yeah, I'm definitely sure that good things happen to good people. So definitely, don't worry too much. But it's good to always have planning, but don't worry too much. You guys, I think Devya is in great hands with you guys, and yeah, I think she knows that and she appreciates that. So I want to open up this as a platform for you to share more about. I know you have other things planned for Devya and also for the autism community and how you want to support her moving forward. So can you tell us more about the projects or the things that you have in mind?
Circle.
Yes, you want to show your toy? She wants to show her toy. There you go.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is that your toy? Ah, okay.
Who's inside it?
A circle.
Can you show it? There we go. Yeah. There we go.
Circles.
There you go. That's her toy that she's playing with, and yes. I'm really sorry I lost your question.
No. It's totally fine. I play with 3D models as well, so it's the same concept.
Yes. These are her favorite dolls. They're called LOL dolls, and she likes them. Yes.
So my question was that I know you have a lot of things that you plan to do in this year for Devya and also for the whole project. So can you? I just want to use this video as a platform for you to share about them. So people in the future, you could just refer them to the video and tell them.
Yes. So the first thing is the book, Love Story Fairy, that she wrote, and we want to publish it and raise autism awareness and also a different kind of thinking, because the book is already live on Kindle in Amazon. KDP version, and then the hard copy version is what we are trying to put out there. So that is the one huge thing. And then we want, because Devya is a growing child, we want to support the people who are supporting us by giving them a utility with Devya's NFTs. So we're coming up with backer tokens. Devya will have her own custom contract for her NFTs. And the backer tokens, essentially, you can have the backer token is, again, it's an NFT, but with the backer tokens, with the backer
circle.
Yes, it is a circle. Yes. So with the backer tokens, you'll be they'll be able to get back, when they get it. As I mentioned, whatever Devya's NFTs are, we plan to use it for her therapy. However, we have not touched it yet, and then we came across this platform wherein we can raise the backer tokens for Devya's therapies and keep whatever she's earning in NFTs for her future. That way, when she grows up, it will grow with her, kind of a thing, so that she would have sufficient to live by herself, kind of a thing, So I thought that's a wonderful idea, to give back to the community who's supporting Devya. At the same time, Devya gets her therapy and she is left with something for the future. So it's a win-all kind of situation, wherein we are winning, Devya's winning, and the people who are supporting Devya are also winning.
No, the purse.
Did you leave the purse? Okay, can you give this to Dada? There we go. So yes, so I think so that's huge. And that will be coming up soon too. So Devya's own contract and her backer tokens, and we can raise enough for the year worth of therapies that she would be requiring and doing it, so forth, so on. And Devya has a lot of artwork that she did since she was a child. We stored it. We never, and there's so much artwork that maybe I can put out one artwork per day and then still be done for the year. So that's a personal challenge that I'm taking upon myself to, put them out as NFTs, because it is all preservation, right? We want to preserve her artwork. So yes, a lot of NFTs coming from her childhood. The book is coming out, and then there is this utility token with custom contract, which is coming on for the people who will be supporting Devya and who are already supporting Devya. So yep, we are going to make it 2022.
Not only 2022, you're gonna make it way further than 2022.
Thank you.
Yeah, because from my chat with you before the show, I know you have a lot of foresight. You're exploring a lot of options and a lot of opportunities that can help Devya and also her art, and I think she's definitely in good hands. And I also know that you're planning to have a project in April. Is that correct? Related to autism with the community?
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. So as we said, our first more goal is to provide, is for autism awareness through Devya's artwork. And April 2nd is the World Autism Day. And so we are trying to do a project with all artists, not just on the spectrum, who would come together with these puzzle pieces, and then we would have artwork of these puzzle pieces, and all the puzzle pieces would come together as a heart. It'll be a heart of puzzle pieces, and then people can own a piece of the heart, basically. And so that's the autism puzzle is the official symbol for autism, so that's why we chose that. And so the project will roll out, and all the money that we get would be given to an autism charity organization who can help kids and also onboard more artists into the NFT space. And going forward, as you said, can be wild, but maybe an autism DAO in the future as well. So that once we have the DAO, there will be a group of parents who can easily onboard. And I can answer your question better on how to get parents into the NFT space, because there's a DAO now. I could just say, hey, go to the DAO, and they can help you onboard. They will be onboarding maybe metaverse galleries, wherein they could exclusively showcase kids or adults on the spectrum on the spectrum, and also the gallery to showcase and to spread awareness about autism, right? Because that's the ultimate goal, to just know that this is an inclusive society. Here is what you expect, and here is how you deal. So a lot of goals for the future, but for immediate future, April 2nd is the World Autism Day, and then we'll be coming out with the Autism NFT project for that.
I can see that besides Devya painting her beautiful paintings, you're painting a very beautiful infrastructure, a foundation that would build for this community and support other parents that are going through the same thing, and support other children that have these creativity, and also support the art. So is there, before we wrap up, is there anything that the audience can do to support Devya and you?
Yes, I think other than from getting her NFTs, it would be if you could follow her, if you could retweet her pin tweet, as simple as that seems, that is kind of helpful, and share her story. And if anything that NFT community has taught us is to give back as well. So we are doing our bit to give back. Devya has already done her bit back. So to support Devya, I think a simple retweet would be awesome. And check out her journey, check out her artwork, and then spread the love.
Yeah. And before we wrap up, actually starting a few days ago in Substrata, I had a parcel, and because I'm really inspired by your story, to be honest. And what I did is I also got your permission to show her artwork and her story. So this is in Substrata parcel 831. And as you can see, there's Devya's story, and then the story about you just shared of how she started her NFT journey, and also there's other NFTs as well. These are all in the parcel. So for those of you who are watching, if you want to visit Devya's gallery right now, that would be until the end of January. You can actually go to the parcel, and if you like these art, you can double click into it. And actually, there is a hyperlink that I put for all of these paintings, and you can click into it and actually go to the website and look at her paintings. And if you like it, feel free to support her. And I do know that there's something that you Sam, you have in mind for those people who visited, who take a screenshot and hashtag Amazing Devya. So can you share us more about what you have in mind?
Yes. So our first Metaverse gallery was in Crypto Voxels, the Winter Wonderland party that we did. And we had put up this huge photo of green apple that you see there and here on the screen as well. So we created Devya's green apple. We brought it to the Metaverse live by a wearable. And as you can see that, so anybody who visits the gallery on Substrata and does a screenshot and shares it with the hashtag, they get to have a wearable of the green apple as well. So yeah, as thank you. Yeah.
But while stock lasts, this is limited edition. So what will happen is after the video, we'll share the video and we'll talk about the rules on how to join this airdrop or giveaway, or being part of a way to support Devya by visiting the gallery. So Sam, so thank you so much. I know it's starting to get late in where you are, but is there anything you want to share before we wrap up?
No, I just want to thank you for highlighting Devya's story. I think if in 2 years or 2 years ago, this would have not, it would have been impossible. But then thank you for making us feeling so much more comfortable on our first show ever. And for, spreading the story to everybody. So I just wanted to thank you for that. And thank you for sharing artwork in your gallery as well. That's been super kind. And this has been a lovely experience.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. We could keep thanking each other, but I do think that yeah, thank you so much. And thank you to Devya's dad for helping with the technical setup just now. You both of you and even her grandparents are the superheroes in Devya's life, and I mean the pleasure is all mine. The honor is all mine to feature your story, and I'm really happy that you're here. So for all of you, because I have to wrap up soon, but for all of you watching this, really do go, as what Sam said, retweet their posts, follow them on social media, check out their NFTs, check out the journey that they're gonna do in this year. A lot of exciting things. And I do hope to bring a message across is that NFTs isn't all about the money, isn't all about the speculation, the flipping and stuff like that. But every NFT behind certain NFTs, not all, there are some stories that are untold that has to be told, and there are some stories about people, because it's all about the people, it's all about the community. So thank you all, and until next time, bye bye Devya.
Bye.
And Sam.
Bye.
Bye bye.